Welcome back. I haven't done a review in a while on any chess-related product, and that's because I don't buy chess-related products very often, and of course nobody's sending me the chess products for free to do a review of. But I realized recently that one product I had purchased a while back that I never did a review of was the GothamChess Caro-Kann course. Of course, GothamChess is the online persona name of International Master Levi Rosman. I came up with the Caro-Kann independently, as probably lots of new chess beginners do when they're playing. They have no idea what they're doing. I got tired of playing e5 as a response to e4, and I started trying other things. That's how, I played d5 one time and saw what happened. I played c6 trying to defend the d5 push, and just experimenting on the board. And eventually I learned once I learned how to analyze games on these websites, I learned that d5 as a response to e4 was called the Scandinavian, and c6 was called the Caro-Kann defense. So I was like, oh, somebody's done this before. It actually has a name, you know. So I thought, I want to look more into this, and I found the video GothamChess has on YouTube about how to crush with the Caro-Kann or something like that. I think that's like 8 or 10 minutes of just some basic ideas, and then of course he recommends this course for a much deeper exploration. And so I bought it after thinking about it for a little while. I'm going to divide this review into a few different sections, the first being cost. Right now on the website on Gotham, it's Gotham-Chess.com. Not Gotham Chess as one word, but there's a Gotham, then there's the little dash or hyphen in the middle, chess.com. Right now the course is listed for $59. I don't think that's what I paid for it, but I don't remember exactly. But also, very often he will have coupon codes in his videos when he's recapping tournament games or his own games. He'll say, oh, and my courses are 33% off for the next 5 days or something like that. Also, some of the opening courses are bundled together. Like there'll be an opening for white and an opening for black that are put in one bundle. So it'll be cost less than if you bought them both separately. And if you already have bought a different course on GothamChess.com, sometimes you get a coupon code in an email to get a different course for less off. So the price will, of course, vary, and I assume it's changed over time and will continue to change over time due to various reasons. I can't compare that cost to anything else that I can think of because I've never bought any other course of any kind, not just chess courses, but I can't think of any course or class that I've purchased online. So I don't know what they normally cost. I could compare it to hiring a chess coach, the cost of that, but I don't know what that costs either. I assume a chess coach would charge by the hour, but I don't know do they still come in person, or do you go to them in person like you see in the movies in the old days? I don't know. Do you do it on Zoom maybe, or FaceTime, whatever those video apps are called? And if so, I assume there would be problems with me being able to hear what they said correctly or being able to see their chessboard, and there might be a connection issue. So anyway, I can't really compare the cost to anything. Obviously, if $59 is something you can't afford, then it's out of your range. And if it's something that you can't afford, watch the rest of the review. I'll try to tell you what's in the course and see if it's worth it to you. I do know that there are chess books that I have bought. I think the most expensive chess book I bought was one of the Jeremy Silman books. Probably $30 or $35 is what one book cost. The Caro-Kann book that GothamChess himself, Levi Rosman, said that got him back into chess 10 or whatever years ago was this one. I assume you can see that on your screen. It's by Lars Scandorf, I'm not sure. The Grandmaster Repertoire, the Caro-Kann. That book sells for about $23, but it's just a book, and then you would have to read through all the notations and make those moves on a board, and there's no person there to ask questions of or to, give you advice. So anyway, can't compare the cost to that either, but let's go into what the course contains. You're seeing the course on your, hopefully on your screen that you've been seeing for most of this video so far. This is what the front page of the Caro-Kann course looks like. There's an introductory video, which is about 8 minutes long. There's a little bit of text hidden behind my camera view. Over on the left, there are menus. There is a menu here where you can download the course PGN, which I learned stands for Portable Game Notation. It's basically a text file, but it's formatted in such a way that PGN readers can read it, and including websites like chess.com and Lichess, although I'm pretty sure you shouldn't put this one on those sites because I think it's intellectual property of Levi Rosman. But anyway, it's 1,700 lines of text. When I opened it in a text editor, it's about 120 kilobytes. You can plug it into a PGN reader, which I downloaded one for free. There are some other free ones. And then go through the moves. And there's lots of branches and variations. And he's put commentary in there for every so many branches, every so many moves, saying what this move is for. Does it prevent something or respond to something that the other side is doing? Or does it prepare something that you want to do in the future? It's a pretty dense file. And I'll be honest, I haven't worked my way entirely through the PGN file. But that's not the fault of the file or Levi Rosman. That's, I think, the fault of the readers that I downloaded. I couldn't find a PGN reader that had a really good intuitive interface. Or maybe I'm just really bad with programs like that. But I did find most of the rest of the course useful. And you might find that part useful too. What else is included is a bunch of videos. There's the How to Study video over here on the left, which is, I think, included in all his opening courses. And then there are videos on the separate variations of the Caro-Kann. The introduction one that you're still seeing on your screen shows it's a really surface level introduction to the Caro-Kann, but these videos are more specific about what happens in the exchange variation. I'll just click on that and you can see that one's 8 minutes long. There's one on the Panov variation, and I won't click through all of them, but I'll drag this menu bar down here. I think there's a total of 23 videos in this course, and I added up the minutes for how long the videos are, and it comes out to about 4.5 hours. That's a lot of content. That's a lot more than the 10-minute video that he had on YouTube about how to play the Caro-Kann defense, and I think he made a later updated version that may have been 8 minutes or 12 minutes or something, but this is 4.5 hours of video content devoted in specifically to this opening. That seems like a lot. I also, again, I don't know what a chess coach would charge by the hour, but I assume if you had a chess coach for 4.5 hours, that would end up costing more than this entire course. So that, I mean, that seems like it's worth it. And of course, you have a login. You set up your username and password for this website, so you can go back and watch the video again. So it's not just those, you watch the videos and then you're done and you can't go back. Like a college class where university, you go in and you sit and take notes from the professor and then you leave, then it's over and you have to pay again if you want to take the class again. But this one, you can just go through the videos as many times as you want. Of course, you have that portable game notation file, the PGN, that you can go through over and over in a PGN reader, or just look at the text if that works for you in studying chess. I think I said that these videos are broken down into categories. He has just one video on each of the main variations, but then there's 4 whole other videos on the classical variation, which breaks down into the Tartakower and the bishop to f5. There's 3 extra videos on the advanced variation, which I seem to face a lot when I play the Caro-Kann. There's another video on the exchange variation going a little deeper, a couple of more on the Panov variation, and another one on the 2 knights variation, another one on the fantasy. And then there's an extra video for everything else. That includes, because white doesn't always have to respond in one of the most common ways, especially at my level, they almost never do. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Would I recommend it? Well, obviously that depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to study the Caro-Kann defense and you think, I need a new repertoire for black, what I'm doing now isn't working, it might be worth it. But again, it comes down, if you can't afford $59, then there's no point. But if you can, it might be worth considering. There's a lot of content there. If nothing else, it'll certainly help you to understand it. Maybe you play e4 as white, and you get frustrated when you face somebody who's well versed in the Caro-Kann. Maybe studying this course would help you to go that way. But it also, I guess, depends on how you learn, and you know that about yourself. I don't know that about you. You might learn best from reading the chess notation in a book, or you might learn best from just trying different moves against Stockfish on the analysis board on one of these websites. I learn differently. Sometimes it helps me to do this and to see somebody else play the game out and explain why they're playing it. And sometimes it helps me to, like, I do a little bit of all of those. I dabble in them. So this was definitely helpful to me. Honestly, I think the thing that helped me the most was it might have been in the How to Study video here, where he pointed out that you're not going to play this 10 times and get good at it. You're not going to play it 100 times and get good at it, or 500 times. And he said you have to play whatever opening you're learning, you have to play it thousands of times. And that was something I hadn't even considered, and I gave it some thought. And now that I don't have my logbook in front of me, but I think I've now played the Caro-Kann defense maybe 150 or 200 times, which seems like a lot to me, but it's not enough, because every single time by move 5 or so, I'm getting a variation I've never seen before. My opponent's responding with a line I haven't seen before. So now, and I'm writing all these moves down as I study the opening. I'm keeping track of the different branches that my opponents play. So it's becoming more and more obvious that what he said was right. I need to play this maybe thousands of times before I really fully begin to understand how many branches there can be. But the other stuff was definitely helpful too. So I hope this review is helpful. If you were considering one of the Gotham Chess courses, this is the one that I've looked at the most. I think, again, I have nothing to compare it to, but I don't know, out of 5 stars, I think I would rate it 3.5 or 4 stars. Oh, I should point out that if you're used to watching Levi Rossman as his Gotham Chess personality on YouTube or Twitch, this is not that same Gotham. He's not entertaining here. So his demeanor is different. So if you're used to him, you know, the dramatic hand gestures and getting up and walking around and, you know, making fun of the people in his chat and these kinds of things, he's not like that here. Here he's sitting alone in front of his computer, talking just to the camera and setting up lessons. So if that was something that you were concerned about, does he have that same attitude or what? No, he's definitely brought it down, and he's in his coach or mentor mentality here, and he has been a chess teacher before, I understand. So anyway, that's the kind of Levi Rossman that you're getting here, is actually a serious chess coach, which it feels pretty cool. I have an international master who's somebody who's been rated 2400 for some time, explaining his favorite opening to me, or his favorite opening as black responding to e4. So I think it's helped. We'll find out as I continue to move on in chess. But thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support on my channel. We'll see you next time.